Thomas and James didn't.
It doesn't matter whether you're in Talyllyn, Tokyo or Talyllyn, the stories of Thomas the Tank Engine translate into any childhood. He's one of the most loved, most watched characters in fiction. So today on the Talyllyn, the little railway that Thomas's creator, the Reverend Wilbert Awdry, loved, they celebrated his centenary with a lot of smoke and stories.
No whistle, no green flag. Beep, beep, whistle Edward, where is that dog?
On the guest list, the reason why these stories exist in the first place. Christopher Awdry was just 2 years old and ill in bed when his dad decided to cheer him up with a bedtime story. The rest is publishing history.
Father told the stories for a specific, deliberate purpose, but the fact that we're here 60 years later is, well, accidental, really.
This is probably a very daft question to ask, but can you remember that first bedtime story, the first person in the world to hear the Thomas the Tank Engine?
Very short answer, no.
But from that small start, it's grown into a colossal industry. You can even get Thomas on a first-class stamp. To put it into context, there have been twice as many Thomas the Tank Engine stories sold as there have James Bond novels. That's about 200 million or so. The family connection with the Talyllyns existed for 60 years. The Reverend spent family holidays working here as a volunteer, and inevitably the railway even ended up in the stories.
In his will he left us his study, or the contents of his study, which has been recreated in the museum. One of his daughters, on being shown it, said, "Oh, it's all right, but it's far too tidy."
In many ways, Thomas saved a lot of these locomotives from the breaker's yard. How many children turn up at the Talyllyn to see Thomas and friends?
This is introduction to trains, isn't it?
And those little engines will go on appealing to generations who never even heard the last echoes of the age of steam. Rob Shelley, Wales Tonight, Talyllyn.